What's up, Buckeye Nation? It's your man, Jake Smith here, the Everything Buckeye Nation show back again. Wanted to keep you up to date on some recruiting news here for the 2020 class. Ryan Day's first recruiting class here as the head coach of The Ohio State University. I'm a little worried. It's early. There's a long way to go till the early signing day. We're about 7 months out. So depending on your look at things, you might think, well, Ryan Day's got all the time in the world. Or you can say we're falling behind other guys, other teams here, missing out on guys we shouldn't miss out on. And that's kind of the direction I'm leaning right now. So let's dive in. Let's talk about this class as a whole right now for Ryan Day, his first recruiting class as the head coach of the Buckeyes. Right now we're sitting at 11th in the country. Not great. Now, if we were just looking based on player average, their average rating, we'd be 4th in the country. All right, so we only have 8 commits right now. Clemson's number 1 with, I think they've got 14, and they're just recruiting at an absolutely ridiculous level right now. I don't know what's going on down there, but somebody should look into it at the rate this thing is going for them. So Ohio State is 11th overall, only 8 commits, would be 4th in the country if we were just looking strictly on a player grade basis. So that sounds pretty good, right? 4th in the country. Let's look at how we go right now. We've got one 5-star recruit. It's offensive tackle Paris Johnson Jr., okay? This kid is almost like a cornerstone franchise player. We have to keep him in the fold. He's been solid through his commitment to Ohio State, even through all the Urban Meyer stuff. And now, he's taking his visits. He should. You're right. I would do the same if I was that kid. But I can't stress how important it is for Ryan Day to keep Paris Johnson Jr. in the fold. He's the 7th overall player in the country, top offensive tackle, and the kid could play from day one. He's an NFL starter in a few years. He is that important. And he's a Cincinnati kid. He went to St. X. He's going to Princeton next year because he wants to enroll early at Ohio State. He can't graduate early from St. X, so there you go. He's going to play with 2 big-time targets, Darian Henry and Jaheim Thomas, a defensive tackle. Henry will probably play at Ohio State. Jaheim Thomas, kind of a hybrid outside linebacker type role. Both of those guys, 4-star kids. They both go to Princeton, so now all 3 of these guys could be a package deal to Ohio State. Huge, huge, huge for Ryan Day to secure that because right now we've got some skill positions. Right now, we only have 1 defensive player committed, which kind of worries me a little bit. We've got the offensive tackle, 4-star center, Luke Whippler out of New Jersey, and then 2 offensive tackles that are 3 stars. Jacob James out of Cincinnati Elder. He'll probably be, he might move inside to guard, a little undersized, but then you got big Trey LaRue. What a name there. He's like 6'8", 350, folks. So this guy, bookend tackle. You've got your offensive line pretty much set up. They're looking to take another 1 or 2 recruits in the offensive line, but you got your quarterback, Jack Miller. He's going to be a stud. And then 2 wide receivers right now, G. Scott Jr. and Jackson Smith-Njigba. After those guys, you've got legend Cavazos, and that's it. He's your one guy on defense. So right now, I'm a little surprised we only have 8 commits in the class, but Ryan Day, it's on him right now, and he's got to make up for the lack of the name. Now that Urban Meyer left, the Urban Meyer effect is real, folks. We were at the very top for a few of the country's absolutely best prospects. Defensive end Brian Bresee, who's going to Clemson, number 2 ranked player in the country, once thought to be an Ohio State lock. Loved Urban Meyer. 5-star linebacker Mikael Sherman, once thought to be a lock to Ohio State, loved Urban Meyer. He just picked Georgia. Bresee's going to Clemson. The Urban Meyer absence is real, and Ryan Day has to prove that he is an elite coach, an elite developer as well. He's been pretty good on the recruiting trail so far, no doubt about it, but missing out on these huge prospects is kind of a tough pill to swallow after 7 years of Urban Meyer at the helm. So we'll see what Ryan Day can do. I'm a little worried right now, but things can get back on track on May 31st. The number 1 receiver in the country, Julian Fleming, has announced that he will commit on May 31st to one of 5 schools: Ohio State, Penn State, Bama, Georgia, Clemson. All right. The kid's from Pennsylvania. He's a clear-cut number one receiver in this class. Everybody knows it. And he would be a huge, huge win on the recruiting trail for Ryan Day. Beating out Dabo Swinney, Nick Saban, Kirby Smart, and James Franklin. I mean, that's a feather in your cap right there. That Ryan Day, that's one he needs to pull in. So all things are looking pretty good on that front right now for Fleming. May 31st, so about 2.5 weeks here, and we'll see what he chooses to do. But that would be a huge, huge get for Ryan Day. I can't really put it into words how much this commitment means to not only this year's class, but to really the future of Ryan Day's, just how he is, how he enters a room. You know what I mean? It's just so important. All right. Let me know in the comments what you think about Julian Fleming, our recruiting class so far. There are a lot of targets still out there that we are right there in the mix for. 2 5-star tailbacks, Kendall Milton and Bijan Robinson. Those two probably only going to get one of them if you're lucky. So hopefully so. And hopefully we can bring in Mike Drennan from, I think, Kaufman, a local kid. Very athletic, kind of plays that Curtis Samuel type Paris Campbell role. So be good to bring in the local kid for that as well. And then a couple guys on defense. Henry Gray is a cornerback, and Lathan Ransom. Kind of a cool name for a safety. Couple guys out west, Henry Gray's in Florida. We'd love to grab those two guys. We got to get some defensive players, man. And Ryan Day, I think really it could start with Julian Fleming, and then we'll have these camps this summer. Really we just got to get that momentum going, because right now we've only got 8 commits. Like I said, it is early. There's 7 months until the early signing day, but right now, teams like Clemson, Bama, Georgia, LSU, all of these teams, even Penn State's out recruiting us right now, and that's a little bothersome. That's a little worrisome. So, Ryan Day, you got to prove it to us, man, that you can recruit. He's done a really good job so far. Obviously, just his kind of scheme and talking to Justin Fields got him to come here. So, hopefully, he's shown his chops on the recruiting trail, but we need some momentum. We need to get something going here. So, hopefully, we get Julian Fleming on May 31st. That's coming up. That'd be a huge boost. And then we just got to keep this thing rolling, man. Bring in a good recruiting class. I think if he proves on the field this year again that he is an elite coach and he can recruit and pull in a top 5, top 7 class this year, then we'll be in great shape for 2021 and beyond that. So, Ryan Day, let's get it going, man. Julian Fleming commits to the Buckeyes on May 31st, and we'll be all set. So let me know in the comment section, are you as worried as me? Because it's the middle of May, and maybe I don't have anything else to be worried about. Sports are all over. All I can think about is Buckeye football now, so I got to think about something. And right now, we're 11th in the country in recruiting, and a little stale at the moment. So need some momentum. Let me know if you agree. As always, I appreciate you tuning in to a little bit of the Everything Buckeye Nation show. Like and subscribe to us on our YouTube page, Facebook, at Everything Buckeye Nation, on Twitter. We're around. You know where to find us. Okay, we appreciate you guys. Tune in next time. And as always, go Bucks. OH!